And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. Can really use it. Right. So yeah, starting late. Weather today is crazy. It's totally snowed under. It's been snowing all night. My balcony is completely snow covered. The roof is. And the streets. It's just totally snowed under. And it's really cold. And yeah, there's no way that when it's snowed this bad that I'm gonna like go on my bicycle to a place at a decent distance where I don't know where it is and it's this cold. Because I just feel like that's gonna go wrong. Because I'm like, I would be nervous. So yeah, I canceled the appointment. I'm gonna try that another day when the weather's not this crazy. Because I mean, it's not the last time that it's gonna snow. It just keeps snowing on and off. Right. So yeah. Hello everyone. I'm doing a show after all this Monday. It is Monday, the 5th of January 2025. Temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. With 89% humidity, 11 kilometers an hour wind, and 1% precipitation. Oh, okay. The other graph doesn't show that. -3 at night. Now by next Monday it's gonna turn around all of a sudden, apparently, according to the prediction. But the rest of the week it doesn't really look like that at all. It looks like it might be overall a cold winter snowy week here. The January really turns out to be very snowy unexpectedly. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually that sort of thing tends to happen in February. So yeah, this is new to me. Oh. And I certainly do feel cold. Did have a really good night rest, a bit long. Didn't really want to get out of bed. That's why I'm starting very late for my doing. Right. Anyway, hope everybody had a great weekend. Oh, look at that. Now the sun is coming out. Just look at that. Amazing. It is quite beautiful. It really like kind of radiates in the room. Right, so yeah, hope everybody had a great weekend. And let's see what I'm gonna talk about today. I don't know. Probably not gonna do a super long show.
Connection terminated.
So yeah, the whole Venezuela thing, Trump is certainly going its rounds, and it's blowing up a lot of dust. And looks like, yeah, Iran is set to be sprung next, because there's like a real continuous protesting situation over there right now too. And so yeah, the world is in motion, and all the hassle that comes with it. So yeah, there's just a lot of discussion about it going on out there now, all over the map. It's also just interesting, all the different moves. Apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene like came out against the whole Venezuela strike thing. It's so weird, man. Seems that all the EU really cares about is censorship. It's the only thing they seem to be focusing on. And I mean, everybody in the US is just scrambling around this whole situation and like, what does it mean, and was this the right thing, and what are they gonna do next? Because I mean, this action could technically be justified. It was at least like very clean and quick. But I mean, yeah, it is a war action, and it's more friction will ensue, I'm sure of it. But I mean, it is kind of like cleaning house for them. Because like there's literal voting machine systems that apparently came from Venezuela. So it's basically all tied into a whole bunch of networking, especially networking on the communist side, internationally, and it's having its backlashes. And I'll just see how it plays out. I mean, I basically already addressed most of it yesterday. No real point in rehashing all of that. I would pretty much come to the same conclusions at this point. What was I doing yesterday? Yeah, I didn't get too much involved in Discord. Oh, no, I did actually. It's a very spiritual, religious-oriented conversation that happens sometimes. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here, wait until somebody real shows up. I already got a bunch of trolls already sitting in. He's not getting any room though. Right. So, certainly is a beautiful first week of the year. I mean, I really do appreciate the beauty of the snow, and I get to enjoy what? Enjoy yeah. Just saying. It's been a very beautiful first week of January. All the snow, I get to enjoy it like a pristine swath of snow here on the roof with only just a couple of bird tracks in it and nobody to disturb it, right? Because of course on the ground everybody is gonna like walk through it and do snowballs but I really like that look of pristine snow when it's untouched. And yeah, got a whole bunch of it on the roof. So little things can make you feel very lucky. Right. But yeah, I'm mostly gonna take it very easy this January. Just try to not get into it. Thus far, it does all seem to be working out, despite the financial setback. So it's like I'm managing thus far, and also thanks to the help of supporters and friends. Patreon support did also come in this morning. Always nice to see that regular thing. Like at least 6 years. It's pretty awesome. Anybody else want to hop on there? That would be fantastic. More the merrier. Yeah. Yeah, and it may be a good time to just thank everybody. I mean, my life is pretty weird. Because like I've had a lot of like dislocation with that to the outside world, where I really feel like I don't fit in, and then it makes me feel like, oh, I'm useless or whatever. And that's like personal, emotional. Nobody can really play into that. No outsider. Like trolls would love to think that they can just rub it in or something. It doesn't work like that. It's really my own. Like nobody can actually touch that but me. But through doing this for a decade and just really tapping into the cerebral, intellectual side of mine that I have, and being able to expand upon that and connect it up with other people and just learn so much and like get really good at it, I have found my crowd, and there are people that do appreciate me and prove it, like both communicatory, organization wise, and through financial support and just personal communication. Yeah, I mean, and it's great. And like, I found something here in this community, if you could call it that, on this platform, that I have not been able to find out there in the physical world. Because yeah, I have been doing this for very long, and I sometimes in my mind I like emphasize like, I'm so poor, I can't get by. But really, like, I am getting by, and it's thanks to the help of you guys out there that have been sitting with me for so long with a great deal of patience. Because I mean, despite everything, I probably do get on people's nerves, even the guys that really appreciate me, and I apologize for that. But you probably also get, like, that's just the price that comes with it. That's because of the way that I am. But I mean, I do realize it. I don't just take it for granted. Like, just because I know that happens doesn't mean that I can really stop it. I try to avoid it as much as possible, to be as accommodating as I can. But take it for dynamic of that only goes, that kind of just wants to get on people's nerves. Because I mean, it has a reason. Because in the past, that impulse has actually enabled me to just learn more about people, because nobody wanted to show anything. It's like people closed off a lot, and then I didn't get to see who they really were, and then I couldn't like estimate what's going on as well, like where I would stand, and that would be very frustrating to me. So like, to get on people's nerves, that would then kind of like break their act and show who they really are. And I used it a lot because of that, and in subtle ways. Not just like irritate the hell out of somebody, but like to just catch them off guard a little. And so that I can test like what things are like are trigger points basically with people. Just to like be able to estimate what they're dealing with internally better. Right? And it's all for accommodation, so I could just adapt better and be less of a nuisance to people, and then I would be less threatened in my safety. It's kind of ironic, right? I mean, I have an impulse from my youth of annoying people to get more friendly, on their friendly side, because I would have to annoy them a little bit just to get to see more of them, so I could estimate better like who they are, to accommodate for that. It's very ironic, really. But yeah, that impulse is always, this kind of been integrated into my overstructure of how I do things, and it's just part of the mechanism. I can't get it away. I do get on people's nerves a little. I just try not to push it. It's kind of circumstantial. It kind of happens on the side, and I don't notice it anymore. It's so normal to me that when other people try to communicate on their level, and they like really do nothing annoying, it's like jarring to me. It's like, you're unnaturally smooth. I feel like you're trying to play me. That's my response to that. And it's like, I know that they're not. It's like, oh no, that's the way they operate. This is what they're most comfortable with. It's just their internal system works like this. So they're not trying to manipulate that. They're not necessarily even that invested into social communication in order to get to a point where they choose whether to manipulate somebody or not. Right? I overthink it a lot because I have very developed psychological senses, and because of that normalcy, I tend to project that onto other people. automatically, by accident, assume that they have that too. But a lot of the times they don't. They just pick up on things and they just use that and they don't really think about it. Alright. Psychology. But yeah, again, to circle it all the way back, God, I'm a bit long-winded, but yeah, there's nobody popping up in chat, so whatever. I do really appreciate everybody, and I'm really happy and I'm thankful to you guys and God that God does always provide what you choose to do. If you do it well, no matter what it is, whether it's focused on money or not on money, but on art or perfection of some kind, on development, like the outside world through God, like does adapt to that. God does provide. Like it's really when you really choose to do something, to set out to go a road where you're going to master certain things, God approves and accommodates, and then you do manage. It might be challenging, it might not be the way that you expected or hoped or even anticipated, but it will be doable and you will thrive in the challenge of it and become a lot stronger if you hold out and keep trusting God. It really is true. It's very tangible to me now. And my God, is that a lesson that I was so foolish about when I was young. Because I didn't believe that. I couldn't see it. I couldn't feel it, trust it. It was just too strange to me. I was too intellectually focused and not so trusting of like the subtle energies yet that I could sense. So I really wish that I would have trusted God more when I was young. Trusted that I would thrive even if I didn't have full oversight on what was going to go on, going to happen around me. That not being fully informed about every detail is okay. Like I didn't get that. I was basically too much of a control freak socially. And I mean, it is explicable. It is, I know why, because of my past, because I had a lot of like psychological, emotional issues, well, at the time because of bullying. It was a phase that was happening a lot. And it revealed that I had trouble with like modus operandi dynamics. Like once a certain feeling starts to be created, I had a lot of trouble letting it go, and it's like with all kinds of things. I was like retarded, emotionally retarded, but not like really terrible that it's super noticeable. It's just in subtle ways I'm less able to accommodate. Like I have feelings to deal with more than average. Average person will have those and be able to deal with it properly without much backlash. With me, it's heavier than the average. Because I'm sensitive and have some trauma that kind of like amplified that in my youth. And I've all worked on it, but I mean, the form is still there. There's a lot I can do with it. This is the way it operates, the way I operate. My internal systems, my subconscious. I'm being very introspective today. Hope everybody appreciates it. And maybe not. And that's too bad, because this is what I'm talking about, especially when nobody else shows up. and I'm okay with that. I don't want, not desperate for anybody to show up, but hey, this is what happens. It basically does turn into Arwen just talks to himself for a long time, like somebody's listening. That's what it turns into when there's nobody there. And I mean, I still think I have interesting things to say. Right. I'm gonna take a smoke. Wow. Man, I gotta show this first. Like, this sky just looks amazing. It's gonna be freaking cold though. Totally clear blue sky all of a sudden. It's gonna get frosty tonight. Oof. This is absolutely like the most beautiful sight that I've ever seen from this room. It really, the sunlight hitting the snow covered trees right across it, it's incredibly beautiful to behold. It really is. I mean, let me try to show it. This is this. Yeah, the webcam, I don't know if the webcam's really picking up the subtle light play, but it just looks absolutely incredible. What a picture. Beautiful. It's magnificent is the right word. Huh, they actually have built a full snowman over there. It's hilarious. It's a pretty big one too. Ugh. It's gonna get savagely cold. I mean, it's already cold now, and that's when the sun is still shining. Ooh. hope everybody's having a great time. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking it. Say hello. Maybe you got something to reflect upon. Maybe you got a subject to bring back up. Yesterday, the second half of the show was all about optics. I thought that was an interesting discussion. Or maybe all you want to talk about is Jews! 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 They're everywhere! That's what a lot of people seem to be doing. And I mean, to me, it's just like, okay, well, I guess the Jews are winning. Because everybody's obsessing over them, and that's exactly what they want. Isn't it obvious? Like, do you know what game you are playing when you do that? And I mean, like, I'm not gonna stop you or anything. I'm not gonna even complain about it. It's just like, reminds me of they know not what they do kind of thing. You know, that comes to mind. And I hope to be able to help you figure it out. Maybe find another way through, if you dare it. That's what I'm doing. Because all this polarized behavior, I mean, it's not actually helping anything. Might be in a way relieving of tension. It's the boogeyman effect. Scapegoat is what that does. It just doesn't actually solve the system that's put in the pit or on the pedestal. That's an icon that you make out of the situation, but by focusing your energy on that, you're not actually changing anything. So it's gonna then persist. Just letting you know. And I mean, it is persisting. Obviously. And being mopey and grumpy about it is not gonna make a change. Right. And in ways, I also believe we actually need the Jews. We need the Jews on the other side. The more right-wing oriented Jews, or the real ones, however you're gonna see it, like against the Marxist ones. Because they're not all like that. They definitely aren't. And I think that was even the situation around World War II as well, because I mean, there were like Jews in the German military. However they were designated, that's what they were. Because it was all about choose your side, even back then, and it is again now. And it is really like every group has their Marxists, or I mean, I designated Satanists, basically. They're like in opposition to that very group. They choose to be in the opponents, to be the destroyers. It's really more Satanist, but the system that they use is Marxist. And all these Marxists do band together, and so should all the other groups that are in opposition to that. And that would include Jews and Catholics and Protestants, which have their issues, right? Every camp has their issues, and we just need to realize like who the real opponent is, and not become divided and polarized against other specific groups, and instead all basically focus on our own Marxists and stand together with people from other groups that might have different philosophical opinions, help them stand up against their Marxists. And so, yeah, every group, every religion, every people, every nation is effectively split up through this Marxism revolution. Right? Hashtag, you know what, in my hashtag list, I'm gonna spell it out right now, and it's universal. It's like in every group. It's like with Muslims, there's the Marxist Muslims, like the Muslim Brotherhood, and they work together with the other Marxists. But the more nationalist oriented Muslims, which they do exist, and you could call them moderates, less orthodox, whatever, they're not siding with those guys. They're not helping them out. And they will support other like governments and groups that are also nationalist, or like, so they get it. And we should just realize that, like with every religion, with every group, with every nation, it's not just they're all one thing. No, every nation has one side that is like a good side. You got to figure it out about them, and then they have the other side, which is not so much a good side, and then you got to know their pitfalls and their dangers, and we all got to work together against this, like against Marxism. It really is that. That is the universal predicament of humanity right now. That's the struggle of our era. We all got to work against it. They are working together against all of us. We need to work together against all of them. And reserve our polarizations specifically for them. Because it really, in the most fundamental aspect of it all, it is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Or the people that have differences, that we have differences with, that we have arguments with. You could say they're our enemy because we have a conflict, but I mean, they face a savage, destructive opponent just as much as the people on our philosophical side, and that counts for everything. So we must all bind together, forget our conflicts, and realize now there's an enemy at our doors and they're trying to destroy us all. It's really true. This is really happening. It's a spiritual war. And the medium is information and power. That's what they're using. It's what we must use. They're trying to keep everybody ignorant, misinforming, inserting narratives, demanding blind obedience. And we must do the opposite. In every way. We must spread information. We must inform everybody. And we must break open censorship. Because being informed is a key component to figure out how to defend against Marxism. So we must all keep doing that. And it will come very natural to people. Because it's literally natural, and we are fighting against an unnatural ideology. A spiritually shuttering, enslaving ideology. The ideology of Marxism, it vacates people. It sets them up against God. It vacates them, it damages them, and then they become susceptible to possession. The possession of that spirit that rides the Marxists, which you could argue is the devil in a way. That's a dark spirit. And that dark spirit's not in their own best interest, but they will be possessed by it. And it will keep reinforcing the power structure that they've dissolved into. Right? And this is how you notice that all these people that doesn't make any sense, like a Marxist Muslim standing right next to like a LGBT trans person, and like that makes no sense. Like these two are supposedly enemies, like their ideology, like their background conflicts. Yeah, but because they're both Satanists in their own respect, they actually band together. That there is such an extreme contrast is logical to them. Because all those things don't matter anymore. What matters is that they share a common enemy, which is everybody. And that's why they get along. You just gotta realize that about it. Alright. Try to put that in the title. There you go. The struggle against global Marxism. Set aside your differences to fight the enemy of all things. That was pretty good. Right? In order to fight an enemy, you first got to understand the enemy. Not just recognize them, but also like understand how they think, how they make choices, and how it works for them, what that does. Because when you know what reality does to these people, then you can play into it. Because you become more capable of predicting of what will happen, and you can use that to anticipate. This is how we stay ahead of them, by figuring them out, being able to predict what they're gonna do, and anticipate all that, prepare. Right? Because one thing that they lose is critical thought. They just have to go by their plan. But those that struggle against global Marxism, you hold on to your individuality, your critical thought, your unique senses or whatever. And that is our edge. That's the advantage that you retained by staying out of it, facing the conflict in the process to be able to defend it, not surrender it. We have that edge. We can figure them out better than they can figure out us. They will always have some tactics, they will always have some recourse. But that's just in accordance to the plan that they have, the system that they use, Marxist system. We, the free people, can actually use our faculties more completely to truly figure them out and how they operate, and thereby, in a sense, contain them collectively. If we can get this understanding across with one another, spread it around, upgrade everybody's understanding. Right? Because the more we understand them, the less they also become threatening. right? When you know how to handle an opponent, how to defeat them potentially, or at least how to hold them off, the level of threat goes down and you gain even more reach with your faculties. Because them being seen as a threat is part of their tactic. It's part of the feudal tactic. You have to seem overwhelmingly powerful and unassailable, demoralize your underlings, and that way you keep them in control. It's part of the neo-feudal tactic. And that's also why they need censorship, because understanding undermines that effect. Freedom of thought and speech undermines the authority effect, the neo-feudal authority effect, by undoing the myth of their threat and their power. Right, so it's all pretty straightforward, really, when you figure it out. Oh, this is new. The Slovakian Prime Minister has also spoken out against the United States' actions in Venezuela. That's kind of unexpected. I'm very curious to see where this is going to lead. He's also saying that the United Nations is looking more and more ceremonial and less influential. Saying he says it does undermine peace, and that's his vantage point. That's a good vantage point. I mean, it's a good point to make. Interesting. Very curious what else is gonna roll out. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Hope you got this beautiful environment to behold as I do. It's still looking amazing. Huh. Ducks flying in V formation. Where are they going? I think they're going to the coast. I don't know. Anybody out there? I mean, hope you all appreciate the show. I think I've put down some good thoughts here today. Maybe I'm just gonna keep it really short. Oh. Let's see what what's going on. Worldwide debates. Huh. Some activity over there with awakenings. Maybe I'll just visit that later. I don't know, I don't really feel like sitting in with another group. I mean, I have pretty clear thought here. I just wish I was somebody more directly would ask me questions or something, like Wesley. He always has good questions. Yeah, but I mean, I did say that I wasn't gonna do a stream today, so I do understand that the usual people might not be here. That's fine. This is basically a bonus stream. Hope you all appreciate it. Zero drop. Hello? What's that? You got a video of a shoe. And that's it. Alrighty then. Hi. You believe in flat earth? Okay, good for you. I. It's a song. Yeah, I thought something like that. Right, you're kind of arriving here at the end of the show where I was gonna round out, but I mean, gonna have a conversation here. Ugh. Okay, see you tomorrow. Oh, alright, fine. Well, I guess I am gonna round out then. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I guess I'll see you another show. Right. It's gonna have been a short show. I thought it was still fine. I thought it was a good show. Maybe a little bit slow. It's just, it's so wintry, and I do slow down a bit because of that. Like, the only way not to slow down would be to like start chugging coffee, but then I just probably get polarized and shit, or stressed out. So I like it this way. Right. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go, links in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. You can really use it. Right, I will be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2508 on a Tuesday. Hope to see you all again then. Everybody have a great rest of this Monday. See you all tomorrow, and until the next video, keep it flat.